is Mike. This is Mike, and this is my riff on on Phantom from Space. Oh, will someone tell Matthew McConaughey we're trying to watch a movie here? Whoa! I'm glad my surge protector has that $25,000 of insurance. Yep, it's one of those titles that just screams out, have I seen this one?
This is Washington, D.C.
Really?
And in the files of the
But dude, your commentary's out of sync by about a second.
So strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification.
Which is why it never got an Emmy.
It's the story of a handful of people who, in the course of one desperate night, held back a wave of panic and pandemonium.
They were Black Friday Walmart greeters.
It began after sundown. Time, 7:15.
Particularly bright after sundown.
From Travis Field was returning to base when the nightly Air Force transport pointed north toward Japan via the Great Circle route.
To avoid rush hour traffic.
While at sea, the Navy and Coast Guard maintained their usual round-the-clock vigil.
So I'm not sure why I'm telling you about it.
From the equator to the Arctic, the radar network swept the skies with eyes that never sleep.
Do you think they just used the radar?
Time,
it's a Fellini film. See,
Another
that's why you don't put the flying spaghetti monster in the microwave. You warm it on the stove.
7:27. Unidentified object confirmed at Fairbanks, Alaska.
It took the confirmation name Dominic.
Heading south-southeast.
Steve Austin?
170 degrees. Height, 75,000 feet. Estimated speed, 5,000 miles per hour. White warning.
It's a nice day for a white warning.
Unidentified object,
Ow.
200 miles due
Ow.
west of
Ow.
Vancouver, British Columbia.
Oh, what is that?
Course, 170 degrees. Height, 60,000 feet. Estimated speed, down to 3,600 miles per hour.
Are we supposed to be writing this down or something?
Warning.
Oh! Oh, that's awful! Oh,
First interceptor flight airborne.
we can't hear you!
Point of
You need to
interception.
duck the audio!
80 miles due west
Oh,
of
make
San
that
Francisco,
stop.
California.
Oh,
7:55.
alright, look, I'm gonna just try to riff through this.
Point of interception. Red
It's
warning.
a lot of work to steal HBO.
8:11.
He's, drawing
Morro
lines
Bay,
for Indiana
California.
Jones to follow.
Height, 50,000 feet.
Oh,
Estimated speed,
Oh, my
2,000
teeth hurt.
miles per hour.
it's Mickey
8:15.
Mouse's fingerprint.
Santa Monica,
Ah.
California. Height,
Alright, I think we're just gonna have to
10,000
ride
feet.
this out.
Speed, 1,200 miles per hour. 8:18. All traces of unidentified object gone.
Ow.
Red warning lifted.
Oh, that was awful.
By 8:25,
Bleeding
at the Los
ears put a
Angeles
movie in the
branch of
public
the
domain?
Communications Commission, reports of strong interference with radio and television reception began to pour in from the beach area.
It turned out they all had the Dish Network, and it was just a mild breeze.
Mobile units were ordered to converge on the vicinity of the disturbance. Pinpoint direction finding devices began to trace the trouble to its source.
If the pinpoint direction finding devices are damaged in a car wash, the proprietor is not responsible.
This is Mobile 1, Hazen speaking. We're at Ocean and Beacon Way. Interference strength 2.
Actually, the communications
Bearing
equipment
27
fits
degrees.
neatly under the
Over.
dash. The rest of
Mobile
it's
1
just so they don't miss Dan
Roger.
Patrick.
Over.
Mobile Center from Mobile 7.
Would you like a combo meal?
Go ahead, Mobile 7.
This is Mobile 7. With Pacific Center and Beach 4. Interference strength 3, bearing 39 degrees, over.
This is Mobile Center. Roger. Stand by.
Oh, he's doing such a good job of tracking, they're putting it on the refrigerator.
Mobile Center. Point of interception estimated 3 miles north of surf. Repeat, 3 miles north of surf. Acknowledge.
North
This
of
is
the
Mobile 7,
syrup?
Roger.
Mobile 1, Roger.
Mobile 7, Roger, we're going out.
It's like they're gonna crucify an octopus.
Okay, Charlie, let's get moving.
And have you seen my hula hoop? Oh my god, my television and radio reception are being interfered with. Help!
Yes, what is it?
Take me to a phone quick. I need an ambulance.
What's the matter?
My husband and Pete out there in the picnic grounds just above the beach. They've been hurt.
Well, this is a communications car.
So scram.
I'll phone it in from here. I'm Mobile 1 to Central, over. Did you make that out, Charlie?
Not a word.
I don't speak
Mobile 1 to
R2-D2.
Central, I can't reach you. Repeat. Well, they must be getting us all right.
Because...
Central, have an ambulance sent to beach at Surf. Emergency, 2 men hurt. Acknowledge. Roger and out.
I'm sure it's perfectly safe for droids.
I'm sure they'll be here soon now. Tell us what happened.
Oh, this man, he just kept coming at us. It was awful.
Who?
Charlie
I
Sheen.
don't know. He was wearing a suit like a diver. Hurry, please. They're hurt.
Charlie, you better wait here. I'll go down and take a look.
By the way, your car looks ridiculous. You do know that, right?
The young woman's hysteria became obvious as they reached the picnic grounds at the beach.
Yeah, she was
There
pointing,
was no
walking.
sign of the
Her
mysterious
hysteria was
intruder.
unmistakable.
And little could be done for her husband and their friend until the ambulance arrived.
And it was lunchtime, and there was plenty of potato salad that was just going to go to waste, so... Race you for your goniometer.
Hi, fellas. How are you doing?
We're just taking another reading now. What happened down there?
The police took the girl and one of the guys to the station.
What about the other one?
Well, he's on the way to the morgue. That was her husband.
You're right on the button, Charlie. 44.7.
Can't let dead folks get in the way of a good signal, Tracing.
Charlie, grab that portable and check the beach, will you?
Oh, by the way, there's plenty of cold cuts down there, and nobody's gonna eat them, so...
Where are you going? Police asked me to drop by the station, sign a report. I'll see you.
Why'd he bring his tennis racket?
If you don't, you know where to look for the body.
For broadcasting engineers, these guys are cynical. It's Radio Shack Noir.
Like I
He's
said,
really self-conscious
we were just
about his
starting to
receding
eat when there was
hairline.
something tracking through the sand toward us. I looked up and couldn't see anything. Then Betty screamed.
At what? I thought you couldn't see anything.
At first we couldn't. Then this guy started toward us.
What kind of a guy?
Did he
How
look
could I know? He was wearing
nice?
some kind of a helmet over his head. He could have been a deep-sea diver or anything.
All right. After you saw this diver, what happened?
Maybe my package will refresh your memory.
Ed, that was Betty's husband, yelled at him to stop, but he just kept coming. I never saw anything like it. He didn't say anything. He just kept moving in.
Kind of rude, if you
Then
ask
say he
me.
attacked you.
Oh, we didn't give him a chance. Ed grabbed a piece of wood and took a swing at him. That didn't stop him. He caught the end.
Walking and talking,
That's
not
a lot.
saying anything, we figured we better hit him, just in case he was a communist or minority or
Besides, you don't
something.
look like a guy who frightens so easy.
How would you feel if somebody with a crazy helmet with pipes sticking out of it came at you in the dark?
I wouldn't be aroused sexually.
I know this sounds crazy, but there wasn't any head in that helmet.
No head.
Well, maybe a little head.
No head at all.
It's the truth.
I think you need some coffee.
I don't want anything.
It's all the same to you, Lieutenant. I've got to pick up one of my men at the beach.
Okay, thanks for coming down, Hazen. Hope I didn't put you out.
No trouble. So long. You too.
I want to go to the beach.
All right, let's start at the beginning. How well did you know the dead man?
Well enough to know he had a name?
Betty and I went to school together. I knew Ed a year.
How long were they married?
About a year.
Wasn't her husband a little older than she?
I don't know.
But you
I
said
would
you
have
were
asked
in
him,
the
but with the advanced Alzheimer's, he could have said anything.
Anything personal with her?
She did mention he was older, yes.
How much?
15, 20 years. What difference does that make?
That wasn't too hard now, was it? Where do you live?
629 and a half East Palm Court. Why?
Well, you're going to jail, and I need an apartment, so 2 birds.
Yeah, I board with him.
You do, huh? Now, Mrs. Evans is a good-looking woman.
What are you trying to say?
She's the producer's niece. Just go with it.
Lieutenant Bowers. Where?
Are you sure there's no cover charge?
Yeah, I got it. I'll leave right away. Keep it on a murder.
It's gonna be one of those Thursdays.
Keep an eye on this guy until I get back.
Make sure he doesn't steal my gummy worms.
Right where you are. At least until Mrs. Evans feels well enough to talk.
What do you want from her?
Oh, I just want to see if your story checks with hers. After all, you went to school together, remember?
Actually, it's a little fuzzy. By the way, thanks for the headband, but should I see a neurologist, or... He died doing the Watusi?
You say there were no witnesses, huh?
None yet.
Anything missing?
The killer.
So, the cash register wasn't touched.
Get a breakdown of the inventory as soon as you can. What about fingerprints?
Boys are working on them now.
You think they ever dip that car upside down in soapy water and just blow bubbles all down the highway?
Sorry I'm late.
What kept you so long?
The lieutenant asked me to hang around a while.
I think he's lonely.
What's the score?
Looks like one of those things. Pretty girl, older husband, young boarder.
Neglected basset
Kid
hound.
claims some guy without a head knocked the old man off.
You don't say. Anything else?
Headless not enough for
He's
you.
a diver's outfit with horns.
No. He's going to have to do better than that.
How are we doing?
I feel empty.
I took a reading about 10 minutes ago. The radiation has gone out with the tide. What about the radio?
This communion is yummy.
Working fine again. I just got a call from Central. They said Mobile 7 picked up some new trouble northeast of here.
Here we go again.
Hop in.
So when TV was free, they had G-men scouring the city to fix bad reception. Now I'm paying $50 a month for cable, and I have to wait at home between 12 and 6 for a guy to show up with a clipboard and a pair of
Who
pliers.
reported this murder?
There he is there. He lives next door. His name's George Nelson.
Hey, Mr. Nelson.
Yes, sir.
Come here, will you?
You were sleeping with his wife, weren't you?
You found this body?
That's right. He must have just locked up for the night when this happened.
How do you know that?
Well, he usually does around this time.
It being night and all.
I was sitting home watching the fights on TV, and all of a sudden the thing started acting up.
What has that got to do with it?
Well, you don't know this set. You know, it wouldn't work at all when I came home to supper. Then all of a sudden it cleared up fine. So I thought, well, I'll get set to look at the fights again, and all of a sudden out it goes again.
I think this is supposed to be a cautionary tale about watching too much television, but it's not a very good one.
Hey, don't you ever quit work? What's up this time?
Another murder?
No thanks, we already have
What are you
two.
doing here, Hazen?
Same as before. Still trying to track down that signal interference.
Say, does that stuff work on TV, too?
Well, it has been for hours.
What'd I tell you?
What's the matter?
Seems to set one on the blink.
Have you tried hitting the side of it?
Track. How'd you make out with that boarder?
You're still sticking to a story. The guy had no head.
Well, I'll be seeing you. So long.
Right.
Of course I'll be seeing you. Los Angeles only has about 40-odd people, so there's nothing odd about how we keep running into each other with dead bodies and radio interference in the same place. It'd be kind of odd if we didn't.
And so the communications team resumed its mission to track the mysterious interference to its source.
We're ignoring the killings. This movie is about bad television reception.
By stationary and mobile units, it was determined that the disturbance was moving in a northeasterly direction.
Vegas, baby.
By 10:34, Mobile Center had pinpointed the disturbance at the edge of the Huntington oil fields. Units 1 and 7 were instructed to close in.
Yagi antennas locked and loaded.
Hey, Charlie, do you see what I see? Yeah, the oil field.
Let's hope our trouble's burning up.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Check the newspapers tomorrow morning while eating breakfast.
Look, Sarge. 2 murders and an explosion in one precinct is big news. Now, come on, you can't pin it all on the young boarder. Or can you?
Very funny.
Of course, I think Dane Cook is funny, so don't go by me.
Yeah?
I'm Hazen of the Communications Commission.
And my hat is shinier than your hair.
Who's a wheel?
You heard the man. Communications Commission.
Worst exposition ever.
Interference happened very often.
Never anything like this. It's on the move all the time.
Means some harm with the transmitter in the car.
It's not a transmitter. We don't get a definite disturbance, just interference.
Why'd you frame a paper bag?
Then you have no idea of what it is, huh?
Not yet. How are you making out?
Not so good.
Do they suspect a connection, or are they just networking?
Did you get anything more out of it?
You told me to put my leg down.
Come on with me. You might want to see this. I see you're just about done. Thanks, you can go now.
I work here.
You sure this is what...
Cthulhu's giving his feelers a home perm.
What do you say, Betty?
Well, just about, only I think the tubes were a little lower down.
That wasn't a tube.
Inside the helmet.
I'm positive there wasn't.
What about you?
Well, it was dark. I couldn't swear to it.
Thanks, that'll be all.
You mean we can go now?
Yeah, for the time being. Just stick close to home. I may want to see you again tomorrow.
We'll be there.
Having sex. I mean, grieving. Yeah, grieving.
About those two, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess I have. Hey, look, bring in the old man, will you?
He'll love this.
Don't tell me you believe this.
Nice belt. Does your wife know you borrowed it?
As phony as it ever did. But, oh, sit down, will you, please? You're the, watchman at the Huntington oil fields?
Oh, yes, sir. I've been with the company for over 22 years, sir.
Yeah. Will you tell Mr. Hazen here
Is
exactly...
that a shooting poster?
Walter, like I said before, I was just closing the gate for the night when I saw this fella coming up. I was never so scared in my life.
Yes, go on.
You shouldn't tell people how to shoot in your interrogation room.
Well, he wouldn't stop when I hollered at him.
So I tried yodeling.
He just pushed his way right in there through the gate and walked right up to the tank.
Now, you carry a gun? Did you try to stop him?
Well, he was much too close to the tank. I was afraid to shoot.
Also, people of my vague nationality abhor violence.
The tank blew up. Oh, you should see the sight.
Yeah, sir, can you give us a description of this man? How would you say he was dressed?
He was a little overdressed for a sploding refinery.
He wore a sort of pliers, not outfit, with a helmet attached to it.
How tall was he?
Oh, he was a giant of a man.
Why am I here again?
He had tubes sticking out of that thing, that helmet he wore.
Can you tell us what his face looked like?
Well, he was a no Tony Bennett, let me tell
Oh,
you.
he got pretty close to me. I could swear the man had no face.
Now, if you saw this man again, would you recognize him? I mean by his outfit.
Oh, I'll never forget that sight if I live to be 100, sir.
Which, as much as I drink, ain't likely.
Wait, sure, that's him.
Thank you very much. You may go now.
For a detective, he likes ordering people to stop telling him things.
Well, Hazen?
Another paper bag on the wall. They have a sketch artist. Make him draw like a bowl of fruit or something.
Some kind of flying suit. High altitude equipment.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking. Well, how do you explain that stuff about the missing head?
It could also be a diving suit, like everyone who's seen it has said. Ever thought of maybe investigating divers?
Right. But whoever he is, that outfit doesn't look like one of ours.
Of course. He could have been dropped by parachute.
Or come from the ocean, like a diver.
I think we better wire a report to Washington, see what they say.
Oh, you can use our teletype. Well, it's both the only place to be on the lookout for something unusual.
Or a diver?
Press.
Oh, I don't think they know too much now. We better keep it that way for a while at least, till we find out whether our friend is still around here.
Well, if he is, I think we can find him for you.
Maybe at a marina or a diving
Carrying
school?
something around that's causing all this disturbance, whether he knows it or not.
Oh, good. I was wondering if people were still putting paper in things.
Kill that page one lead. They let the boarder and the girl go. How do I know?
What am I, a reporter?
To the guy in a flying suit knocked off the husband. No, not a chance. Not a chance of an exclusive on that picture. They're making a blanket release in the morning.
Speaking of blankets, his jacket is made of a furniture moving pad.
Commission in there now. Yeah, I'll call you back later if there's anything new. Okay.
Oh no, the movie is missing the Venture Brothers.
Sorry to interrupt you, Lieutenant.
Yeah, what is it, Jim?
There's a teletype cam for you.
Oh, thanks, Jim. We're waiting for it. That was fast.
It says a deep-sea diver escaped from an asylum. Like I got time for that.
They never sleep in Washington. Says to contact a Major Andrews, care of Dr. Wyatt, director of the Griffith Institute.
Hey, it's kind of late. Maybe I'll give him a call.
While you're at it, I'll go out the car and check in with Central.
Shotgun! Oh wait, there's only two of us. Wait, was this all a flashback?
Well, that's the story up till now. We got in touch with Washington. They told us to contact you here.
Very interesting. What do you think, Doctor?
Well, it's certainly not a diver.
When I see something like this, I understand why you gentlemen might have thought sabotage was involved.
Lieutenant, are you sure there were no traces of this saboteur, this X-man, found after the explosion in the oil field?
He's a former man?
Every inch of the area. Didn't come up with a thing.
Well, I mean, there were rocks and stuff.
There's a possibility that he might have perished in the explosion itself.
I doubt that. We're pretty well convinced this man is carrying something that's responsible for all the signal interference.
Also, we didn't find any arms or legs or anything.
The last report I got, there was a definite disturbance about 3 miles east of the oil fields, sometime after the explosion.
So there.
Well, then if he's alive, you should be able to keep an accurate check of his whereabouts.
Not that easy. As a matter of fact, we lost contact about 3/4 of an hour ago.
Maybe he realized you were trailing him and got rid of whatever he had that was causing the disturbance.
In that case, there's nothing much my department can do to help you.
You haven't helped yet.
I guess it's up to us. Unless you have some suggestions.
Well, let me think out loud for a minute.
Breasts. Oh, sorry.
It might just be that what we've been talking about so far, and this phantom, as we'll call him, ties in with what the doctor and I have been discussing.
We were discussing ham.
Very possible.
I don't know whether you know it or not, but somewhere around 7:30 this evening, our radar networks picked up an unidentified object off Point Barrow, Alaska.
With that cheesy pickup
They
line.
traced it clear down to Santa Monica before they lost it.
Santa Monica.
It must have been going to the pier.
We first picked up our radio interference.
Yeah, right at the scene of the murder.
Well, then, if all these things...
And giving a
tally
nod
we've
up
got
the
some
chimney he
idea of
rose.
how our man got here.
You mean that he came in some plane? In that case, somebody would have seen it land and take off again. Or did it crash?
No. No, we don't think it was a plane.
Just tell us what you do think.
No rocket or jet that has been built so far can attain the speeds of 5,000 miles an hour, particularly for such a great distance.
And maybe we're on the wrong track altogether. Couldn't your unidentified object have been a meteor? They travel at a terrific speed.
And they murder picnickers all the time.
Them to burn themselves out the moment they hit the Earth's atmosphere. And did it occur to you that meteors are not very likely to travel horizontally all the way from the North Pole to California?
Well, if you're going to be a jerk about it.
Or a flying missile of some type. How do you figure this phantom ties in?
We're not sure that he does.
Which begs the question, why are you all talking to each
But
other?
it doesn't make sense to me.
Will you sit like a grown-up?
They trained in sabotage and stay undercover. This guy's walking around in a monkey suit, killing people.
Oh, my pizza.
Excuse me, Dr. Wyatt. Is there a Lieutenant Bowers in here?
Oh, yes. What is it, miss?
There's a Mr. Wakeman from the Chronicle here to see you.
Wakeman here?
It's way too much frame for that picture, and
Well, there's only one way to find out.
there are all kinds of issues.
I don't believe you have met my assistant, Barbara Randall.
Well, hello.
I'm suddenly smooth.
It's Mrs. Randall, Lieutenant.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go find a movie with more chicks in it.
You know the Major?
Of course.
And this is Mr.
The Communications Commission.
How do you do?
Well, I see you are working a little later tonight than usual.
Yes, my husband's teaching a late class, and he won't be able to pick me up for a while.
Also, Pinky and the Brain were trying to take over the world
Well,
again.
at least you'll have lots of company.
All right. So I shouldn't have come up here. But I gotta get your angle on this Beach murder. And your whole department is shut up.
Look, Wakeman, will you stop bothering me? There's nothing to say.
As you could tell from my calm demeanor.
Some story from that Evans dame and her boarder, then you know as much as I do.
Yeah, but that still doesn't explain anything about the guy without a head. Come on. Who is he?
Well, we put some headless guys in a lineup. How should I know?
You mean you let those 2 kids go without knowing that? I don't buy it.
Well, I did.
Well, then you must have an awful good reason.
They're innocent. There's no evidence.
With that other murder. All right, Lieutenant. Don't tell me. I'll get my story somehow.
So, yeah.
Oh, if you want to know how things turn out, read the Chronicle in the morning.
I can't read.
That's right. Now get in touch with Charlie and Mobile One and have him call for me here. Okay, honey.
Well, did you come up with anything?
They had their cigarettes canned for the winter.
Leaving Barbara here.
It's just amazing the way you've been able to put these things together.
They haven't figured out anything.
Yourself, Mrs. Randall. It seems the press knows as much about it as we do.
You know nothing.
Come to the same conclusions.
You've come to no
You
conclusions.
lower the headlines, and every fool in the country will be seeing phantoms in spacesuits and men from Mars all over the place.
Wait, it's an alien? Did they figure that out off screen?
Get started.
That's why we've got to move fast.
If we move out of town, it's not our problem.
I guess it's up to me. I'll be in touch with you as soon as I hear anything.
Or when I'm out of smokes, whichever comes first.
4:30 a.m., the dragnet was in operation. Mobile units patrolled the streets and countryside.
Which is what they were doing before, if you recall.
Miles square. special and sensitive equipment was prepared for action.
Like Dixie cups and string.
Everyone on the job was ready to move on the first signal from the Communications Commission.
And when they find the alien, the FCC is going to do what exactly?
Strength 4, Brickyard at 160th, moving toward oil fields. Contact your units. Over and out.
Units 1
A young Dabney Coleman.
Units
Wait,
1 and 7
there
from the
was
center.
never a young Dabney
Strength
Coleman.
4, interference at 160th in the oil field. Moving due east. Close in. Repeating, strength 4, interference at
All that
160th
advanced
in the oil
equipment and they
field.
can't give him a stand for his microphone? Ah, I just spotted a red-breasted nuthatch. Thanks, alien. Oh wow, you could see the Hollywood sign from up here. Oh wait, I thought this was free. Do you have to pay for this?
See you here, Joe.
Just got here, trying to set this up. What gives, Hazen?
It's in this area, all right.
I brought the Geiger counter.
I got gum.
Why don't walk over those oil fields?
Well, it doesn't register as far as the oil field.
I think we'll do better if we split up, man.
Right, Lieutenant. You two go that way. Lieutenant, out here. Joe, you follow him. Come on, Doctor. And you? Oh, forget it.
I'm beginning to think I'm not wanted here. Oh my god. That antenna on that car looks ridiculous. Forget the alien. I'm not missing all things considered.
Hey, Hazen, look at this.
I found all these old cassettes in my closet. Huey Lewis, Duran Duran.
Joe!
Joe Mama. I never get tired of that. Enough fooling around. Time to go find another picnic. See, here's the thing. If the federal government, local law enforcement, a team of scientists, and a reporter can't track down a guy in a silver jumpsuit with a fishbowl for a head, what are the odds they would have been able to catch the killer if it was just a guy? As on the edge of your seat chase scenes go, this isn't exactly the last reel of the third man.
It's leading this way. Come on.
You see, if the alien keeps running and the people just keep walking, I don't see anybody catching this alien anytime soon. See, he's running.
This way. Come on.
They're just kind of sauntering. He's climbing, finding places to go. This guy's just dump it up it all. Oh, that's gonna wind up on TMZ.
Come on. You're going strong.
Should we have taken off our glow-in-the-dark watches?
Sure does. He's here. We saw him.
There he goes.
Come on.
After this, they're gonna go chase Larry, Curly, and Moe in and out of hotel doors across the hall from each other. I can travel faster than light, and I'm reduced to pushing over wood piles. I'm so ashamed.
Anybody see him?
There he is.
I'm irradiated. Why do they keep running towards me? Oh, good lord, this place is filthy.
Got him now.
Jinkies! It was the invisible alien under the helmet the whole time!
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
We're going in. Help you guys cover the door. Come on.
No, dude, if you want laundry service, you just leave it on the floor.
Why, there's nobody in here.
Possible. We saw him come in.
Maybe he went out of the window.
We won't get very far. Don't touch anything till we check for fingerprints.
Or tentacle prints.
He left his suit and his helmet.
Hey, let's spread that thing out so I can get a good shot of it.
Keep away, you fool.
What's the matter?
For your information, that's a Geiger counter, and it says hands off.
Well, you really don't photograph with your hands.
Job to do.
So do we. And I'm afraid ours will have to come first.
But I want to get exposed to lethal doses of radioactivity.
So that's what's been causing all the trouble.
With my sperm count.
You know where we can pick up a lead-lined box in a hurry?
Well, Mobile 7 should have one. They're right outside. I'll take a look.
We always have one in case we trap a leprechaun.
I thought that this phantom might be carrying some device which was causing all the signal interference. But you'll learn that it's due to the very clothes on his body.
Probably got them at Hot Topic. Hey-yo!
Did any of you get a good look at his face?
Not me. He's too far away.
Well, I did. Unless I'm mistaken, that helmet was empty.
Well, there was air, but...
Put this stuff.
Oh, put it in Dr. Wyatt's station.
Yeah, we take it back to the Institute.
Right.
Gee, I wonder if in hindsight the presence of that door will be meaningful. Huh, serving salad tableside at the Olive Garden really prepared him for investigating extraterrestrial activity.
Any luck?
Not a sign of him. The boys are still searching the grounds. For what? Nobody knows what he looks like without that outfit.
Well, like 12 people, including you, said he's headless.
I just happened to borrow that film. It's on its way to headquarters right now to be developed. Good. Send us a print as soon as you can.
Sure. Lieutenant, are you sure you don't want to come with us? We want to make a few tests at the lab.
I'd like to, Doctor.
We have Coco.
You know the situation. I gotta get that guy. Let me know how you make out, will you?
Yeah, we'll do that, sure.
The government should teach agents how to count doors. You know, the other day I said, let's just take the big lead-lined box from now on. We never use the little lead-lined boxes. What do we need the small one for? Ain't it always the way? That's right, his jumper cables are all mine. Oh, I really pitted this thing out. Should I check to see if the jumper cables are missing? Or the alien spacesuit? Nah! The building looks like flaps were supposed to insert into slots and they couldn't find any slots. Why did they deliver the spacesuit to the Tool Time set?
Good evening, Doctor. We were just on our way home when we saw you drive in.
Good evening, Barbara. Hello, Bill. I see we got here just in time.
Tool Time.
Lots of excitement, but that's all. Major, you know Barbara's husband?
Oh, of course. How are you?
How are you?
Yeah, it's a nice-looking dog you've got there.
Watch out, the cop will hit on it.
His name? Venus? Say, Bill, I hate to ask this, but something important has come up, and I wonder, can we borrow Barbara for about an hour or so?
I'll leave you a receipt.
Oh, so?
Of course. Darling, why don't you go and do the shopping? Here's the list. The market's open all evening.
Roof, so strip club again. Roof.
See you later, darling.
I'll take the dog and tie her up.
Thank you.
Roof. Oh, great, another rockin' Friday night. Roof.
Oh, thanks, Doc. Easy now.
I can't believe I was wearing my seatbelt back here the whole time and they still didn't notice.
Look out, now don't drop it.
Oh, very brave, Rin Tin Tin. You know, I think the computer was invented so the word processor could be invented, so the macro could be invented, so the screenwriter of this movie could put together a couple of keystrokes and have a door opens by itself come out automatically.
There's no one in there. Come on. Hey, Venus, look, there's no one in here.
Yeah, Venus, there's nobody. Ooh.
You know you're not allowed in here. Venus, I said be quiet.
Do I need to send you grocery shopping? Okay, so it's the four-legged ones that have all the brains. Good to know.
Now you stay right here, Venus, and I don't want to hear one sound of it.
I'll be back later and we'll do that thing with the peanut butter.
You were right, Doctor. There are no fingerprints anywhere.
Well, at the end of my fingers there are, but not on the suit.
You better put some gloves on. Our friend, Mr. X, left this suit at the oil refinery.
You mean you were that close to him and you didn't catch him?
I'm afraid so.
You suck!
The police now. Hand me those shares. I want to cut up this material to work with it.
It'll make a perfect coffee cozy.
Say, you better have those sharpened.
But I just bought them.
Well,
Here, try this knife.
So, does this mean that astronauts in the 1950s had spacesuits that a pair of sewing scissors could cut?
Let me try.
You foreigners can't cut for squat.
This stuff is tougher than nylon.
So's everything.
For a Bunsen burner.
The alien came to Earth in tough skins. If the Bunsen burner works, you don't have his suit anymore. What's the matter with you people?
It doesn't burn either. Let's take a look at it under the microscope.
Look, it's magnetic.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
magnetic.
Here, look.
Radioactive. And apparently indestructible.
You'd almost think it was from outer space. Made in Sri Lanka? It's made of fortune cookies.
What's the matter?
You tell me. Take a look at that weed.
Does it look Sri Lankan to you?
What weed? There is none. This material is one solid mass.
Like any number of substances that were well known at the time? Like rubber? Like a rubber diving suit? Like what everyone said it looked like the whole movie and should not therefore be surprising like that?
I'd say it's a metallic substance of some kind.
Well, I've seen a lot of interesting alloys, but never anything like this. Let's try an acid test.
We'll head over to the Fillmore and listen to Dead on vinyl.
Careful now. We'll only take a drop or two. It repels acids like a raincoat repels water.
Like a raincoat might repel acid, depending on what it's made of. You've got to follow some kind of a process.
Looks as though we were going to be here for a long time.
Great, now I'm going to have to borrow more wives. So someone's research job is to just keep his wrist stationary while time passes? Are tax dollars at work?
The helmet is not radioactive. The suit is.
And so are we. Should we have done something to prevent that?
There is no doubt. This spacesuit is conditioned to function above 63,000 feet, where human blood would boil, resulting in the body expanding to twice its size. And death, of course.
Not to mention love handles.
And it must withstand pressure and counterpressure. Also, it must be so supercharged it can function in thin atmosphere.
Now, let's see what it is that is left in this breathing apparatus.
Well, how are you doing?
Oh, now you ask.
The gas from the helmet tank breaks down to 11% methane.
Ordinary marsh gas? What's the rest of the formula?
No, that's where I'm stuck. I can't figure it out. It just doesn't respond to any of the usual tests.
Well, how could anyone exist on that combination of gases?
You and I couldn't. But apparently someone can.
I'm jealous.
Doctor, are you trying to say that our X-Man doesn't breathe oxygen and hasn't the metabolism of a normal human?
These two aren't exactly Mulder and Scully, are they?
From what we've seen,
This guy has Tom Servo heads of all shapes and sizes.
they can appear human. But added to them is this fabulous radioactivity that none of us could stand.
Ow, my thighs, why did I do that? Meanwhile, in the opposite of a visual metaphor for sexual intercourse. Oh, great, I was missing the reporter. Good to have him back.
I think the answer lies right here in this helmet. Obviously, he needs it to survive. Otherwise, he wouldn't have risked wearing it where he was sure to be recognized. As it is, he only took it off when he was cornered.
And therefore didn't need to breathe?
How can he exist without it now?
Let me put it this way. It's like a patient in an iron lung. Sometimes one can be removed for hours at a time without any ill effects.
Exactly. And I think the same principle applies here.
How do you know he's still alive?
Sooner or later, he has to get his breathing apparatus back. or die.
I don't understand.
Alien need breathe. Got it?
If we were to return this whole outfit to where he left it, he might be tempted to come back.
And if we were to return this outfit to J.C. Penney and say we lost the receipt, they might give us store credit.
Yes, he's here.
No, thank you.
Hello, Major. Still at it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No, we haven't got a thing, no. The picture?
Is there some key detail they were trying to conceal? Is this like the Sixth Sense or something?
I was afraid of something like that. The radioactivity must have burned the emulsion.
Hello. No, we didn't find any fingerprints at all in his clothes. Did you find any?
Why are they concerned about alien fingerprints? Do they think that the alien got picked up for petty theft when he was a teenager and they can track him down?
We don't know what to make of this either. Have you heard from the communication boys yet? Well, let's hope they turn up with something.
Major, excuse me.
Speaking of methane, I farted.
Mr. Wakeman of the Chronicle. He insists upon seeing you.
He does? Where is he?
I told him to wait in the lobby.
Good. Hello? Yes, our friend from the press is here.
I need to ask why they keep printing Prince Valiant. Nobody reads it. Is this where babies come from? I don't think that's right.
Don't worry, I wouldn't dare let anyone in on anything. At least not till we get something concrete.
Which, at this rate, don't hold your breath.
See you later. Well, I guess I'd better see this newspaper man. Want to come along, Doctor?
I think I will.
It's not like the indestructible radioactive suit needs any sciencing or anything. Press this one and a boy comes out? I don't think that's right.
Hello, remember me?
Yes.
Nice lot of gadgets you got here.
We think so.
What's on your mind?
Kittens?
Well, I was wondering if you might let me take a couple of pictures of that suit you brought up here.
I'm sorry, we can't do that.
Oh, I should have called
Well, now,
first.
look, I got a wonderful picture of the guy running in the shack, and the lieutenant stuck his nose in my business, and what do I get? A blank.
I feel used. Okay, nothing that's happened so far has anything to do with testing chemicals. Just look busy. This is all time and a half. Oh, it's an art school magazine ad up there.
Is that you, Doctor?
Oh, great. Now the lab is radioactive and has anthrax. Oh, of all the places to step, I think at some level this alien wants to get caught. You can't leave until you've drawn the pirate or the cowboy.
Well, you must have some lead on this guy, otherwise you wouldn't have brought that suit up here.
Well, let's just say we were curious.
Also, that logic doesn't really follow. Oh, I can't remember. Was that key loaded?
Hello, Bill. Are you back so soon?
Isn't Barbara through?
I can't wait to tell her about double coupon day.
Why don't you go up and see?
Thanks, I will.
It's a Heroes poster back there.
Barbara? Barbara, are you in there?
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I'm not alone. Someone is in here with me.
He's holding a key on a black thread.
He locked the door and has the key.
I'll break the door down.
No, Bill, don't, please. You better get help.
Brave.
You mean I've come all the way up here for nothing?
I offered you a juice box.
Good night. Yes. Good night, Mr. Wakeman.
Good night.
Now let's get back to listing things that won't hurt the suit. I never get tired of that. Oh, where's the door breaker down department in this place?
Major, come quick. What's the matter? What's the matter? Where's Barbara? In the lab. The door's locked and there's someone in there with her.
Did he get the visitor's badge? He's got to get the visitor's badge. That's the rule. They run like Muppets.
I thought you said the door was locked.
What? She's gone.
Oh, cover the main entrance. That's the only way anybody could leave.
I will.
So does this government lab have security or not?
Barbara! 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 Barbara!
We have enough green stamps for a clock radio.
Barbara! Barbara! Where are you? Barbara!
I'm guessing the inspiration for this movie was someone looking for somebody. She may be all the way up there. Nah. It's Like a sci-fi paella.
Barbara! Where are you?
And where am I?
Barbara? Barbara!
She might be all the way back. Nah. All these ladders, a monkey might start tossing barrels at me.
Not yet. She must be around here someplace. Now, you stay here. Watch the main entrance. And I'll check the basement.
It was the 50s, that wasn't certain death yet. Wow, those sand dollars are huge. And it was all a dream. Oh, I dreamt I pretended to do chemistry all day and bossed my obedient husband around and... Wait, it's true! Oh, and I was kidnapped by an invisible alien. That's not good. So there's one key to this lab. It locks from the inside, and they just left the key lying around.
She's not up there. Where's the doctor?
He went down to the basement. Here he comes.
Apparently the army didn't require peripheral vision back in the Eisenhower years.
There's no telling what could happen to her in the meantime.
No, take it easy. We're doing the best we can.
But she said she was locked in, and she couldn't see who did it. Can you explain that?
No, not yet.
And frankly, I resent the question. He's ascending into heaven? I have so much fake chemistry to do, and this is not helping. Have you seen my pants?
Who are you?
I'm Batman. I've always wanted to say that.
Don't come near me.
That wasn't meant to be intimidating. That flap has just been bugging me this whole time. Oh, maybe the alien just wants to do some scrapbooking. Is the alien doing this, or did the scissors become sentient?
The code. I don't understand. You're trying to tell me you needed to breathe, and there isn't much left in the tank.
Oh, okay, Karnak.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, she's his scissor sister. Yeah, that joke will age well.
I'll write it down.
If it's something you buy, I'll send my husband to the store for it. What am I doing, Dave?
1, 2, 1.
Seriously, Dave, I have no idea what's going on. Oh, Bigby's grasping hand. Must be a magic user.
In the lab.
Either that or that reporter really screams like a girl. Took a while for that hand to fade. Apparently from that lamp, light travels at the speed of hamster.
No, please don't.
She's in there. Barbara!
That breaking down the door idea still seems like a good one. Well, then why didn't you just leave?
Darling, are you all right?
I think so. I'm looking for him. I just saw him, so he must be in here.
This building must have a fire escape!
Steady feet to the ground. He would be killed.
Yeah, it's not like he survived a fall from orbit. Okay, since nobody's named Timmy and there is no well, I'm guessing the dog is trying to tell you, Alien!
It was frightening. I couldn't see him. I didn't know what to do.
Come here, quick!
Ew, it's like the leftovers of all the Kardashians' plastic surgeries.
This is amazing.
And we now know how to kill the Michelin Man. Alien hunting is a good cardio workout.
Quiet down, Venus. Quiet down.
You'd think this was your first invisible alien falling out of a window at you.
Down.
Roof. A little depressed lately. I think it's a midlife thing. Roof. Roof. Stay out of my scene next time unless there's a darn good reason. Roof. Oh, good. More of the gang that couldn't triangulate straight.
Mobile Center from Mobile 1, come in, please.
This is Mobile Center. Go ahead.
Get hold of Major Andrews or Dr. Wyatt at the Institute. I want to talk to either one of them.
Ask them if there's still a reason we're in this movie.
Dr. Wyatt speaking. Oh, yes, Mr. Hazen.
You're still in this movie?
Yes, we're still at it. Lots and lots of excitement, but nothing definite yet.
Other than it definitely being an invisible alien.
The trouble seems to be just about gone. We get a flash in the direction of the observatory once in a while, but I figure that's because of the outfit you're testing.
Oh, so it's my fault no one can watch Death Valley Days.
Yes. Lieutenant Bowers ought to be here any minute. Of course. How long will it take you to get up here? Good. See you then.
Yeah, now I have to put nice towels out in the bathroom.
Thank you.
Already? The doctor has them moving his stuff? What is he, Keith Hernandez?
Over there. Now you're going to see... I have to resort to ultraviolet light in order to show you what little there is left of the spacesuit.
Now, this should go without saying, but if you see a translucent hand, grab it.
Itself to this liquid, and it is in an evaporating stage. The helmet is in the lab and still intact.
Blacklight, smoke. Are we sure this alien isn't just shooting a Pat Benatar video?
This is amazing. All the radiation in this suit would... Well, it'd be fatal to a normal human being wearing it.
Or standing right by it.
And furthermore, our respiratory system could never simulate gases such as we have found in that breathing device.
Well, then we have to assume our so-called X-Man carried his own atmosphere with him.
He's invisible, and this surprises you?
But as a matter of curiosity, why do we refer to this thing as a him? I thought it was invisible.
Under normal conditions, yes. Yet, Mrs. Randall did see the imprint of a large foot and a masculine hand under ultraviolet light.
Also, he always leaves the toilet seat up. Am I right, ladies?
No, but the human body is composed of various elements with a carbon base, like coal.
What?
Yes. Now, suppose we maintain the same chemical composition in the body of the X-Man, but substitute silica for carbon.
Silica, that's glass.
What?
Exactly. Now, it is possible that the body with such a base, if it were subjected to an atmosphere foreign to its origin, might appear invisible to our eyes.
Silicone means invisible? Then half the women in LA are walking around with transparent cleavage.
I didn't say that. On the contrary, all the evidence points in the opposite direction. Toward a superhuman.
Oh, come on! He's invisible. He's from outer space. He wears a suit to breathe. He's an alien.
Oh, Mrs. Randall saw that he has a hand with digits like our own fingers and a thumb opposing. That alone is a sign of intelligence.
Well, all of you have them.
He comes from a civilization that has developed adequate space transportation to enable him to travel to Earth. We have nothing yet that can reach even another planet in our own solar system.
So he can travel from space, so he's not an alien?
My theory
is
that the spaceship, or whatever it was that he came in, operated on the principle of magnetic rather than atomic propulsion, and that somewhere in the outer limits met with the condition where the Earth's gravity pulled it down and it fell into the ocean.
It was flying, then it stopped flying, then it fell. Oh, thank goodness there was a PhD on this, or we'd never have figured that out.
Interference, no matter how weak the signal may be.
Sure thing. We were on his trail from the...
Well, if I'm going to be stuck here, I might as well see if I can listen to the game.
Your car.
It's probably on an AM station.
This is very interesting, Doctor. But I've got to make an official report to headquarters. Are you willing to be quoted that the criminal we're after is a creature from another world?
All I can say is, we know that our Earth is not the only planet capable of sustaining life. And
We know that?
You can quote that.
All I've got to go by is some footprints in a hand. That isn't much.
This isn't L.A. Confidential. It was an alien.
And we're after a killer.
Has it occurred to you that our X-Man has no apparent motivation for his acts, and might therefore not be an intentional criminal at all?
You have a point there.
Hey, wait a minute.
That means I'll have to beat a confession out of him.
The young boarder we suspected, he did say that the girl's husband threw the first punch. So?
So that could have been enough to provoke the strange creature. And the same could have happened at the second murder.
Sure. But what about the fire in the oil fields?
Evidently, our man sensed the presence of some gases, which he thought might be utilized in his breathing apparatus.
Yeah, that could account for his presence at the oil refineries, where something went wrong, causing the explosion.
And it was Mr. Furley in the kitchen with Janet the whole time.
Or we'd have been able to catch up with him by now.
There's nothing but basketball. The hockey game's gotta be on somewhere.
No, he didn't utter a word. But I'm convinced he was trying to convey a message to me. He kept tapping out a code. I wrote it down.
Let me see that, please. Doesn't make sense.
Why do you save your receipts from Long John Silver's?
System we know nothing about.
But he was trying to tell us something. Why did he run away?
He's shy? Oh, the planets to crash on, and I have to pick the one without decent sports radio. Hey. Is that on the backbeat? Why, that must be that rock and roll the kids listen to. Stop it!
What do you think of that?
Huh. Hazen must be crazy sending out stuff like that.
I guess so.
Why don't you try and get a hold of him?
Yeah. Mobile 1 from Mobile Center. Come in, please.
Knock it off. Nobody can hear Walter Winchell.
Come in, please. Mobile 1 from Mobile Center. Come in, please.
Hey, that's Central calling.
Normally I'd let it go to voicemail, but with the alien and all.
You better stay here by the car. I'll go tell Hazen.
Wait, what? No! Not it!
Yes, Colonel.
I can deal with the general, but one more dumb question from the cop and I'm smacking him silly.
Yes, thank you. Oh, and I'm awfully sorry to disturb you so late at night.
Next alien invasion, want to say around 3-ish?
He's around here, this invisible guy. He was in the car. How do you know?
He smells like sour cream.
Outside, when I heard Central calling, before I could get over to answer, I saw the door open and shut by itself.
And that never gets old.
We know he could be trying to send a distress signal to his home base.
From a car radio? Where's his alien base? Sherman Oaks?
Who's just one of those guys?
Well, at least we know he's around in the vicinity, and it's obvious what keeps him around.
The temperate climate.
Got to come back for what little gas there is left in his helmet.
And when he does...
Oh, please, the most important thing is to take him alive. If we can only make each other understand, there's no telling how much science can profit.
Oh, and the sanctity of all life and all that jazz.
So once he's cornered, I'll be able to hang on to him.
I think we're all agreed on that.
Well, except the alien, he won't like
His
it.
angle. He's in an alien world. No doubt we are as frightening to him as he is to us.
We are frighteningly stupid.
To keep calm at all costs and do nothing to provoke him.
Immediately, a simple plan to trap the Phantom went into operation.
Oh, that's right, there's a narrator. Even he nodded off in the second act.
To erase any possible suspicion, the doors were left unguarded, and inconspicuous electric eye equipment was set up.
Oh, and they killed the dog. They could have kenneled him, but, you know, it was late.
Which would immediately signal the exact location of the trespasser.
Or that the fries were done.
There was nothing to do but wait. The one road leading to the Institute was blocked off to make certain no outsider would upset the plans or interfere in any way.
Oh, the reporter's back. And the narrator's here. It's like a reunion.
Lieutenant Bauer's orders.
Oh, is he up there?
He might be.
Well, you get word to him that Joe Wakeman of the Chronicle is here.
Sorry, bud, I can't leave.
Oh, what about them over there? Hey, you over
Nobody anywhere wants to see you ever. Take a hint.
Didn't I see you down at the oil fields a couple hours ago?
What of it?
You got anything to do with this?
Well, you'll have to ask Lieutenant Bowers about that.
How can I if he won't see me?
He doesn't call, he doesn't write.
Good question.
It's nice not to be that guy. After discovering alien life, the Cosmo quiz seems so pedestrian.
Sure taking his time. Time is cheap.
You've obviously never gone over your rate plan with AT&T.
Oh, dear, if we have to. I only hope this mechanism works.
It will.
Oh, brother.
I wouldn't take any bets that he can't.
Well, if everything else fails, we still have Venus here to help us. You know, I'm certain she sensed his presence before. That's why she carried on so.
Roof, or maybe I'd just like some attention. Roof. They're gonna catch the alien with the prototype from Merlin.
What's the matter, Lieutenant? Is this thing getting you?
I miss the reporter, I admit it.
Just thinking about public reaction to all this. I'd give something to the press by morning.
I could have framed somebody if I'd been given more advance notice, but this late? Looks like the alien stepped in one of Venus the dog's other alien detection methods.
You know, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a pilot.
Oh, great, it's come to this.
And I'd had 75 missions, I thought I'd seen everything. Now, after all this, I know I haven't seen anything.
Adam West is here!
He's here. The back entrance. Let's head him off. Remember, now, take it easy.
Wait, should we be running towards the alien? Did her energy drink wear off? Well, at least we know the desk is okay. Roof, look, I'm just running away from the I always wanted to be a pilot story. Roof! Is there a lack of agreement on where West is? Alien be damned, the midnight Pink Floyd laser show must go on.
Cut it out!
What are they doing to my dog? Is she on a break?
Stop! Hey, what are you guys trying to do? Well, it's the reporter.
Is he made of charcoal? Right? No, is that right? Oh, what is it with this movie and irritating noises? Oh, the Border and the Widow are back. I don't know, they're just bringing everybody back at the end of this. What? Who knows? Roof, oh, not this routine again, I'm out of here. Roof.
All right, Lieutenant, you better tell him.
Or arrest him for trespassing? And now it's more pointless chemistry with an alien on the loose. I think the problem with this movie is the writers didn't know why people do things. Hey, remember me? You know, it's kind of like this is our place.
We want you to live. Don't you understand? Can't you speak? Can't you say something, anything, in any language?
Yo quiero Taco Bell? I'd actually rather listen to Rick Dees than keep it this.
Listen, everybody. He's in the lab with me now.
Oh, will someone start keeping track of her?
Venus, be quiet. The door's unlocked. Hurry, he's having trouble breathing. I don't think he can last much longer.
And his body isn't going to dissect itself.
Venus, get at him. And walk in quietly.
And wipe your feet. How orderly.
It's unbelievable.
He's trying to steal the design of my neck massager.
You see, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Well, the reporter's annoying.
I've tried to reason with him. I feel he understands, but he can't speak.
He's like the opposite of Gary Busey.
Code, I think I remember it right.
Ah, you just told me that you're an alien from another planet. Do I have to explain language to your species?
Better plug in the ultraviolet light.
Do you mind warning me when you're going to do that? My hair's a mess. Oh, right, helmet. And invisible.
Oh, you scared him.
Yes, I've flown among stars and suns and moons, but I'm afraid of a flash of light. Oh, don't look shocked. You've all wanted to. Roof! First you tell me to stop, then you're following me. Roof! Pick a message and stick with it. Roof! Oh god, they wore a path in the tile. They shot so many running scenes down the same hallway. Roof, I don't care if it is invisible. Flush! Roof!
He must be there.
Did we decide what to do if we find it? Should we have done that? The dog is the only one who's really staying in character for this chase. Oh, well, that's just inconsiderate.
Take this. I'm going after him.
Aren't you all going after him? Wouldn't it be funny if there were two invisible aliens all along and they didn't know because he was invisible? And because they can't count to two? I had no idea this was up here. I could keep some comic books up here, maybe a radio, some fruit roll-ups.
Close the dome. The switch is over there.
You're letting the cool air out. I'm not trying to air condition the whole neighborhood.
Wrong sense of something.
Quiet, Venus.
Well, if he's in here, he'll never get out now.
Door was closed.
This is what I've been waiting for.
What? It's like the movie just failed the Turing test.
We have to take him alive.
Plug in the lamps. There's an outlet here.
He must be up there.
I'm just up here to get my frisbee. I'll be down in a minute. He's trying to do the shingling.
I've seen this with my own eyes.
What do we do now?
Stand back.
I don't see his career as a drummer going very far.
Amazing. There's code again. Look. He's trying to speak, but no sound is coming out of his mouth.
He'll never get his SAG card.
She acts as though she hears him.
Yes. Dog can hear sounds that we can. His voice must be beyond the range of the human ear. Maybe he's screaming.
Or singing, or laughing. No need to be negative. Dr. Manhattan is King Kong.
Blow it. It's almost gone.
Roof, that had to hurt. Roof. Oh, looks like you could smoosh him on the comics and peel back the family circus. Alright, let's film the autopsy, make a TV show around it. I hear Jonathan Frakes is available.
We won't need these lights anymore. In death, he has become visible as a normal body.
Well, normal for a hairless albino with gigantism. It's like Max Headroom got whacked and washed up from the East River.
It smells like burnt cheese. Was it my idea to close the dome?
You know, when I heard a character had a pair of smoking legs, I was hoping it was the female lead.
Evaporating.
That's what the storyline is doing. So, categories?
So he came here, wherever from, and right before our eyes, his body went through the final phases of life.
Well, not in the same shot. I mean, come on.
Well, on the bright side, television should be okay now. Take the bitter, take the sweet. Roof! I'm gonna sniff his butt. Literally. Roof!
It's morning.
Time to watch children walk past my window on their way to school and hate them for their youth.
It was produced and directed by the end of Lee Wilder. Actually, that explains a lot. Rayner was brought in to punch up Wilder's story with more barking and, well, barking. The first actor in order of appearance didn't appear until 15 minutes into it. They should have given the stock footage top billing. Ironically, Dick Sands is a pretty fair description of what ended up happening to his character. And on that puerile note, thanks for watching.